Gupta International Business School welcome you all on the MDP on same but different best versions of changing organization in digital world. Gupta International Business School GIBS was established in year 2004. GIBS is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh International University, Delhi, and approved by All India Technical Education (AICTE), Ministry of HRD, and Government of India of Technical Courses, Bar Council of India for law courses. The institute is accredited as Category A by National Assessment and Accreditation Council and assessed as Category A+ by State Fee Regulatory Committee, a fee committee of government. The institute has been rated Grade A by Academic Audit Cell of GGS-IP University consecutively for past 5 years. GIBS has also been rated number 2 by Times B-School Survey 2022. The institute conducts postgraduate courses of MBA, MBA IB and undergraduate courses of BBA, BBA LLB, BA and BA LLB. The program will cover fundamental of digital world in easy and understandable manner and include following broad areas. To learn, to set out a digital marketing plan and ideas of operationalizing it for an organization. To learn about how to set up your firm's digital marketing strategy. To learn about various social media, email and affiliates and their role in achieving marketing and promoting activities. Objectively, to understand specific social media and strategy appropriate for each. In order to fulfill all these objectives, we have our eminent speakers with us, Dr. Anjali Gupta, Dr. Jatin Lamba and Mr. Mayank, Sehgal, Arun, who will be covering all these following objectives respectively. It gives an immense pleasure to invite our first speaker for the day, Dr. Anjali Gupta. Dr. Anjali Gupta is currently working as Associate Professor in President-Qube International Business School. She is Management Graduate with specialization in Marketing. She has completed her PhD from CCS University, Meerut, and she also carries MA English, MBA, PGDBM, Diploma in Marketing from Arun. She is a diligent, dynamic professional with more than 2 decades of rich experience in the domain of education and training with core competencies in marketing and communication. She has ability to set realistic priorities and initiate flexible courses of action to attain the objectives. She has organized and participated in various national, international level seminars, conferences, workshops and undertook various personality development programs for management students. Mentored more than 500 students for summer training and dissertation projects and coordinated various extracurricular activities and had been a convener for various clubs. She has presented and published research papers in national and international conferences. She has received Savitri Phule Excellence Award 2022 of her contribution in the education sector. We welcome you, ma'am. Now, I request Dr. Anjali Gupta to proceed with the session and to discuss about the digital marketing plans and ideas for operationalizing it for an organization and how to set up your firm's marketing strategy policy. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I think we all are very familiar with the digital aspect, right? We are saying for India also, India is going digital, digital India, every aspect. But terms of education or in the terms of any field we talk about, not having the awareness about the digital platforms, I think we are lacking something or the other. Now, let us start with one of the videos, right? And I would just request you, all of you, to see that video and what exactly you are able to understand. We will be, then discussing further. Right, so now can you just play the video?
Project to win over a big client.
The title of the video is about the personal advertising. If you have noticed, this person itself is having a scanner in his eyes, right? And it is again wherever and whatever he's been looking for, right? It is again the personal advertising was been there. He was not being bothered about what has been there in the mall. What is his purpose is, what is his objective is, what is meant for.
पीरियड्स के कारण इचिंग इन्फेक्शन बढ़ सकते हैं। बिल्कुल। इंटिमेट एरिया का pH है 3.5 to 4.5। पीरियड ब्लड कप 7.4। पीरियड ब्लड और साधारण साबुन के कांटेक्ट से इंटिमेट एरिया का pH बढ़ सकता है और इन्फेक्शन भी हो सकते हैं। इसी
The lady has started interacting with it, what you are exactly looking for. We are having a new styles for you, suiting your, say physique and age and whatever. So that is what this again means that today what we have been doing, we are hopping for the products as per our requirements, right? The world is going to be changed with the introduction of the artificial intelligence onto the digital platforms, that we will be able to find what exactly we are thinking in the brain, and it automatically comes in front of us, right? So that was one aspect related with it. So वो वही है सर कि टेक्नोलॉजी की जैसे मैंने कहा ना आइस में स्कैनर सॉर्ट ऑफ है, वो मॉल में क्या जो भी उसको चीजें चाहिए उसके अंदर मॉल के अंदर क्या चीज अवेलेबल है, he can have a glimpse of it. That is again big there.
Not only that, जो उसमें कैमरे लगे होते हैं ना, using AI टेक्नोलॉजी,
Yes.
वो देखें किसमें टाइम ज़्यादा लगा रहा है, किसमें वो ज़्यादा खर्च कर रहा है,
हाँ जी।
इमीडिएटली कैलकुलेट करके उसमें एक पिक्चर बना देगा कि अगर आपने कमीज लेनी है, पैंट लेनी है या कोई भी चीज़ लेनी है, वो उसकी फोटो उठा के उसको रैप करके बकायदा उसमें डिफरेंट डिजाइन भी लगा के बता
देखिए वो हम आज सभी फेस करते हैं जब हम अगर we have been doing any shopping from Myntra or whatever, even if we are not shopping, अगर हम कार्ट में कोई सामान डालते हैं, राइट, होता क्या है आपको जैसे आपने देखा कोई ऐड देगा शू का और आपने एक पेयर सेलेक्ट कर लिए, अब आप कोई भी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म खोलिए या इवन ई-कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म खोलिए, Amazon, Flipkart, whatever, you would be finding the varieties of that because they have got the information that this person is having a requirement of shoe, whatever brands, whatever the options are available, they would be floating, they are floating now.
ये छोटा एग्जांपल आप YouTube बोलते हो, आप YouTube पे आपने भजन को ऑन किया, तो आपने एक भजन ऑन किया, बाकी 4-5 भजन ऑटोमेटिक।
Yes, because they are again able to analyze your taste.
Yeah.
They know that what kind of you are having a frequency to listen, right? And वो आपको उसमें options देता है जो आप उनमें से select कर सकते हैं। पहले क्या होता था कि कहीं से आपको पता करना होता था कि coming from years from traditional marketing to digital marketing, because if we are going to understand it is more important to understand the basic difference between the two. Now when we have talked about the traditional marketing, we all know we were been emphasizing on the print media more, broadcast media and print media. But today again the social media platforms, we are talking about the word like buzz marketing, we are talking about viral marketing. We say in a night, the person can be a celebrity, and in one night, he can be downtrodden by any sort of information. So again, the fact is that when we are talking about the digital marketing, the things like search engine optimization, search engine marketing, right, and content marketing, email marketing, all these have been there, which we have been using quite oftenly in our life. And the other way around is when we are talking about social media, every one of us are having our accounts onto the social media platform, right? It is irreversible of age, it is irreversible of education. I think, and again after COVID, because like when there was a research which was being conducted, and it was being mentioning that before COVID, it was again the senior citizens. The senior citizens were having, somewhat reservations related with the use of all these kind of platforms, right? But during that time, they have realized that these are, the most important things today they have to learn, right? And today, when we talk about almost, out of 24 hours, people are spending more than 8 hours onto these different kind of platforms, and an average person 1 to 2 hours they have been spending daily on these social media platforms. When we are talking about whether it is Insta, whether it is again Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and all those kind of things. And as per the youths today, Insta is the more prominent one. Number of people are not only the storytellers, but they are also been earning money out of it. They are doing businesses. The most important change with traditional, digital marketing has brought is that the level of expenses, if we talk about the budget itself, has been reduced. The previous aspect when we were been saying advertising budget was 3/4 of the organization amount. Today again an entrepreneur, the people who are there with the startup who don't have that kind of a fund available with them, they are again also been using these kind of platforms and are able to communicate about their products, about their work to the nation, right? So it is again been there that there is a difference. When we are talking about the digital marketing platform, it is more technology based. But when we are talking about the traditional, it was again when we were only been emphasizing about that the newspaper about being circulated, the life was very short, because when we are talking about the newspaper, the life of a newspaper is only 24 hours. But when you are talking about any social media platform, so again, like when we are putting any story onto the Facebook, it does not last more than 24 hours, right? It is again been there, they goes into the newsfeed. Over there you can retrieve them and you can understand them. So the basic aspect has been there, and now when we are being talking about the third video, which is going to talk about that how the transformation has been there into the common world with the help of the digital platform. It would be talking about, and this video is by BCG Group. So ma'am, can you play the third video and then we will be continuing with our presentation. So this is the digital marketing revolution, which has again been there. It's the initial 20 seconds का video आपको कल ad होगा company का profile.
With consumers through digital marketing. Leading companies are capitalizing on three forces that have fundamentally changed the way marketing can be done today. First, there is access to large quantities of real-time data. Second, the ability to engage in long-term omni-channel relationships with consumers. Finally, increasing flexibility and speed for digital. Companies need to make fundamental changes in order to capitalize on all that digital marketing has to offer. They can move from proxies to facts. In the digital age, companies can tailor and personalize messages to meet the consumer where they are. The speed and flexibility of digital marketing also allows companies to test and learn everything and continuously optimize to meet consumers' expectations. With an ever-increasing knowledge of their consumers, companies can build and nurture long-term relationships across multiple touchpoints. In the new world of digital marketing, companies will need to change how they operate. Companies need to build new skills, talents, and tools. They should work across categories and brands. And they need to make a step change in speed and agility. It is important to create cross-functional teams that break through silos and work close to the consumer. Companies should transition to dynamic pay-as-you-go budgeting and partner with the agency ecosystem to transform marketing. It's a significant transformation from top to bottom, but for companies that embrace these digital opportunities, happier consumers and stellar results await.
Thank you, ma'am. I think by looking at this video, you have understood that the most important advantage of digital marketing is that personalization is possible. आप सभी लोग हम में से we all are consumers, right? And we have been buying, we have been using e-commerce platforms quite frequently. We have been there on Amazon, we are there on Flipkart, we are there on so many other sites, right? They are working as an aggregator. Things have become easy. Life has become easy, you know. Today we don't want to go in this scorching heat of sun. We don't want to go to the market. We open Blinkit, we order, we get in within 10 minutes, you know, the things at home. How's it possible? This is again being possible with the digital technology. Another important thing, आपने सबके पास WhatsApp पे messages आते होंगे, आप किसी भी site से कुछ भी खरीदते हो, you are buying something from AJIO one day, you are receiving a message from AJIO and it has been mentioning, right, by your personal name, hey Anjali, where are you? I hope you have received. Have you seen our new collection? Have you seen the new variety available? आप 2-3 महीने से किसी साइट पर कोई सामान नहीं खरीदते हैं, they are again been mentioning, we are missing, you know, where are you? We are missing you. You are not being seen for so long. Now what is that? It is, you know, this kind of a message seems that some friend of mine is been missing me, right? Somebody known to me is missing me. That kind of, we all know this is not somebody is been sending us personal messages, it is all automation. But that personal touch is being given so that again, you know, the consumer feel at heart. They know that what exactly, there is someone to trace our requirements, there is someone to appreciate what we have been looking for, right? And that's definitely, you know, not only helps to make your customer satisfied, because again, we know the important bit behind marketing is that it starts with the consumer, it ends with the consumer. It is again being there when the satisfied customer, your company is going to earn more, right? Your company is going to have the revenue, you know, generated is going to be in large terms, right? So we are going to be formally, because this was again, you know, these 3 videos were in order to build a base related with what is happening in and around. What is again the basic difference between what would be the future projections, what are the basic difference between the two concepts, and then the revolution which has been created by the digital marketing. Now moving further, when we are talking about email marketing, this is considered to be the silent salesman, because when you are receiving a mail, you are not being bothered by anyone. You are been receiving mail in your account and it is your wish, you want to open it, you want to know what the person has sent. If you don't want, again, it can be there or you can move it to trash, right? So, when we are talking about again a lot of people, and this is again one of the cheapest mode of communicating and interacting with people, you can maintain the links if you have the email IDs available with you, because it is again, you know, you don't have to know the person's name. You, along with the data you can generate, then you can have the personalized message. Apart from that, it can be without, so one aspect is email marketing, another is affiliate. Today when we are talking about, right, you know, the upcoming brands like Misho and all, what they have been doing, they are again into the affiliate marketing. They are wanting the people to associate with them, become their partners, while not investing the money, but in order to use their name and earn profits and part of, and they have been getting in terms of incentives. That is what the recognition, affiliation has already been there. Like we have seen a lot of non-branded products have been there on Amazon platforms. They have been getting the recognition and people are able to sell those products. They are getting, you know, the money which they were not able to get before. They are able to price their product because of the affiliation associated with them of the brand name like Amazon or Flipkart available with there. Next is social media platform. We all know that today more than 8 platforms have been there when we talk about the Pinterest, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Twitter, Insta, Facebook, right? A lot of people today, you know, where they are, you know, it is again very difficult today in this materialistic world to know what your community is doing, how they are feeling. Hardly we get a touch to connect with our friends, right? If we even want to call one friend in a day, we hardly get a time. But thanks to these kind of platforms that we are able to know how they are doing in their life, what they have been up to. If somebody is going on vacations and even we haven't got a chance by looking at their photographs which they have shared onto these different platforms, we are able to know they are happy, their vacations have been good, right? They must have enjoyed a lot, and by just giving a small comment. One of the important and amazing aspects is that in this difficult world, it is very, very difficult to retain and remember the important dates of our loved ones, or even to our nears and dear ones. Now, what are these platforms have been doing? They are sending the alerts to you. They are again being sending the messages that today, you have the updates that these are the friends connected with you and they have their birthdays today. If you want to send them the wish, they are even giving a lot of options also to you, and you can select. Hardly take seconds. But that small message of yours again might bring a lot of happiness or cheerfulness on the face of the other one. This particular aspect has increased the connectivity irrespective of the places, irrespective of the geographic allocations. People are able to connect with one another. You can hunt for them. Now, like for example, today if I feel that one of my friends, who was there with me in my primary school days, and suddenly I remember, but I'm not having any information. Today there is a possibility on these platforms that I can search for, and I can really get connected and know in which part of the world he or she is and how they have been doing in their life, right? So social media platform and marketing, when we are talking about, we are taking these platforms, right? Like today a lot of people started business, and in the initial aspect they don't have a lot of money to go for advertising or spend a lot. They can use these kind of platforms in order to excel their business. On Facebook, Insta, you can create a homepage, you can start yourself. Again, number of people have started their business today on WhatsApp groups. If they are not having anything, they have been creating, the broadcast groups, 100 people, in a group, they are sharing the information with a disclaimer, right, that if you are not interested, you can discontinue, so that again a legal action can also not be taken against you. It is your choice, it is your wish, you want to continue in that group, in that community or not. Certain people are sharing certain information, and they don't allow the people in the group to share the messages because they know that this is a place only to share information, not to, disturb the life of anybody known to them. Another important aspect is content, you all know that today again everything is onto the content. It is the way you are delivering. Message के अंदर शब्दों का चयन बहुत important होता है. आप किसी को किस तरीके से कोई भी चीज बताना चाहते हैं, राइट? आप एक बात को 2 शब्दों में भी कह सकते हैं और उस बात के लिए कई बार 200 शब्द भी छोड़े पड़ जाते हैं. It is again been there when we are talking about how you have been selecting the word, how you have been preparing it, how again it is going to touch or going to have an impression on the mindset of your customer or the audience. Creativity is very, very important today. A lot of, I think that vacancies are being available for content writers. Now what is that up to? It is again you are narrating a simple idea but in a different way. What is that different way? How emotional, how understanding you are from the perspective, what kind of empathy you are having with your audiences, how your message would be conveyed to them and touched to their heart. That is the purpose behind. Because simple marketing is not a funda. People are not there for generating money only. People are there for retaining for a longer duration onto the mind of people. And that is the reason today we say that customer, again we have to have the lifetime relationship with them. Boy, how we would be having the lifetime relation. It is not a bank. It is not a, there are going to be certain credits in your account. It's not going to increase your balance or something. But it is again been there when you are having a regular touch with your customers, when you are able to deliver what they are looking for definitely there is going to be a connect, and that connect is based on the loyalty. When you are been delivering what you have been promising, people are going to stay by. But if you are going to divert, people are going to again. इसीलिए हम कहते हैं कि नेगेटिव पब्लिसिटी या नेगेटिव मार्केटिंग के लिए दो लोगों को जोड़ना मुश्किल है, लेकिन 200 लोगों को भगाना बहुत आसान है, क्योंकि एक छोटी सी इंफॉर्मेशन अगर आपके हित में नहीं है वो काफी आपके लिए प्रॉब्लमेटिक हो सकती है. It can create disaster for you, right? So again, there are certain concepts like SEM, search engine marketing, which is a paid version. You paid for ads. You are again been promoting your product onto different websites, different platforms. You want to increase traffic onto your site. Another is SEO, that is search engine optimization, which is again the organic aspect, that is natural and all. The data is originally been, how much popular you are there in the market, how much known you have been there, how many people are liking you without any interest or whether, because कहते हैं ना जो अच्छा होता है वो अच्छा होता है, आपको कहने की जरूरत नहीं होती है, लोगों को समझ में आ जाता है. तो जब आप एक ऑर्गेनिक ट्रैफिक कंपनी के लिए जनरेट होता है, किसी की पॉपुलैरिटी है, लाखों हजारों लोग उसे पसंद कर रहे हैं और अपने आप उसको कहीं ना कहीं ढूंढते हुए आ रहे हैं कि ये ब्रांड कहाँ मिलेगा, कौन से पोर्टल पे मिलेगा, right? And they want to know more information. It is again with the help of SEO that data would be there. Certain important things are mobile has become so handy. I think today our lives are going to be impossible without mobiles. Because if we talk about in this class also, majority is on mobiles. Right? Because you cannot divert your attention. You are been looking in the mobile because something or the other may be important or least important, maybe out of fun, maybe out of interest, maybe out of knowledge, maybe out of any purpose that is going to be there. Now that is again, the people are being encashing, a lot of companies are making apps, Today you are having so many apps on your mobile. You forgot to carry a wallet, but you never try to forget to carry a mobile. Because mobile carry कर लिया तो wallet automatically आ गया, because today we are into the e-wallet aspect. किसी को भी पैसे देने हैं, पेटीएम है, गूगल पे है, things are going to be very similar, simple. कुछ और नहीं, UPI से पे कर देंगे, things are going to be very easy, right? मोबाइल नहीं है तो रास्ता कटेगा कैसे, फ्रेंड से बात होगी कैसे, टाइम पास होगा कैसे, गाने कैसे सुनेंगे, आधी लाइफ थम जाती है, राइट? डिपेंडेंसी आपकी इतनी बढ़ गई है हम सबकी कि पेरेंट्स को मैसेज करना है, स्टूडेंट्स को हम ब्लेम करते हैं, but what about our lives, right? Half of the time when we have been idle, either we are learning something out of it, maybe a new dish for the dinner, maybe a new story for the class, maybe how to prepare a new style for a lecture. It can be anything, but again we require that, right? So that is how people are being encashing through the mobile aspect, right? Now moving down to the next is, there are again for digital marketing only 3 important things which have been required. Marketing आज की नहीं है, marketing बरसों पुरानी है, सालों दर सालों से चली आ रही है, लेकिन फर्क क्या है, बस 3 शब्दों का फर्क है. This is again think, feel and act. तो मुझे बुरा लग सकता है, शायद सामने वाले को भी लग सकता है, तो मुझे अच्छा लग सकता है, शायद सामने वाले को भी अच्छा लग सकता है. क्या ऐसा किया जाए जो मैं उसकी जगह पर होता तो मुझे वो बहुत अच्छा लगता. मेरी पसंद ये है, क्योंकि जब हम कोई भी चीज औरों की पसंद के द्वारा करते हैं, वो चीज ज्यादातर सराहनीय होती है. It is again been there that we have been talking about. So if we try to mix all these things into whatever we have been presenting, in whatever we want to promote, in whatever we want to lead to our customers, things are going to be more meaningful, more emotions are going to be there, and results are going to be better comparatively. Now when we are talking about this is again, a lot of theories have been there in order to understand the consumer behavior, in order to understand the psyche of the consumer. It is again been there. लेकिन कहते हैं ना, जब तक खुद को ज्ञान नहीं होगा, किसी को ज्ञान आप नहीं दे सकते हैं. If you are not convinced, you cannot convince others. If you are not confident, how would you think you are able to deliver? Why is it that before going to a lecture in the class, maybe years of experience, we just want to still have a glance? We know we are in the right track, we are in the right direction. We know what is, because again the requirements change from time to time, they are not the same. अगर हम ये सोचने लगे 1950 में जिस तरीके से प्रोडक्ट बिकता था, 2023 में भी उस तरह से प्रोडक्ट बिक जाएगा, we cannot exist in the market. We know that generation gap has been decreasing day by day. पहले लोग decade का मानते थे, अब it is hardly 4 years. Things have been changing so fast. People's tastes, likings have been changing so fast. So many options have been there. It is again very, very important to have the pace. Is going to put these kind of words, right? Interests, what styles are available? Because आज हम trousers में भी लेते हैं तो बहुत सारे varieties हैं. It is not simply a pant. It can be, a lot of variety has been there. Desire is which is the right style for me. You are, that personalized aspect has been there. That, okay, 10 things are available into the market, but out of those 10 things, what is going to suit me? Right? My personality. Which I am going to feel good in, right? And when you are getting those options, and if you have seen, Lenskart was the very first one, was introduced with the technology that you can wear the lenses before ordering and sitting at your place. Which frame looks good onto you. Today a lot of companies have been coming, I am not able to recall the brand name of one of the cosmetic also, that you can apply the lipstick and you can feel that whether the shade suits you or not, and you can decide whether you want to buy it or not. Right? कई बार ऐसा होता है हम शेड देखकर मंगा लेते हैं और हमें लगता है oh God, it is not the original one. It doesn't look good on me. Right? What is that? That is again when we are talking about the the technology advancement which has been there in every field we are there today. Right? So the next, when we are, now there is again the digital transformation which has been taken, right? A lot of things have been there when we are talking about in terms of the strategy formation. We are more about the personalization involvement, understanding the customer intent, what they are, because today, because of this digital aspect, going from local to global is possible. Restrictions are not been there. We can, sitting over here. Our life इतनी simple हो गई है ना, अगर मेरे को मन कर रहा है यहीं पर बैठे-बैठे कलकत्ता के रसगुल्ले खाने का I can order. I'm not waiting for a relative to come and bring for me. I'm not waiting for someone known in my dictionary who is going to go to Calcutta and get me those. You can have it at your place. There are aggregators who have been working for us. Right? It's not only about the apparel, it is not about the cosmetic, it is anything you talk about today. You are being again, whatever, shopping material, your house interiors, the kind of furniture, the kind of other things, what is going to be. And the best part is you don't have to pay. The best part is 24/7. Anywhere, anytime is the funda of the digital aspect. A lot of people utilize the time by sitting in their washroom. They order things. Life is so easy that 2 o'clock you suddenly dream of something. You open your phone, you place the order. Your dream has been fulfilled. You are having a craving for something at 12 o'clock. With the help of Swiggy or Zomato, you can have something at your place. What is that all about? That is all about the transformation which has been brought up by the digital technology. The things which have changed our lives, right? So we are again getting into the complicated aspect because choices are more. The things have become very simple. We can understand them, know about them, right? So that is again been there. We can have, the best part is that with the help of digital technologies, if you talk about the social media platforms, आपको ये पता होना शायद पता है कि हर एक सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ में या अगर हम गूगल या किसी की भी हम बात करते हैं सर्च दे हैव द एनालिटिक्स एसोसिएटेड विद इट. कितने लोग, कितना ट्रैफिक आपके पास आया, अगर आपको उसका further stratification चाहिए, how many males are demographically, right? You want to know the age group, you want to know the gender, you want to know the occupation, you want to know their geographic allocation, all this possible. And again, how is it speedy? Because you have the information, you can use that data in order to create your next strategy. Otherwise पहले क्या होता था, आपको रिसर्च टीम अपॉइंट करनी पड़ती थी, वो आपके लिए रिसर्च करते थे, 3 महीने 6 महीने वो रिसर्च कंडक्ट करने में लगाते थे. By the time they bring the data, things are obsolete from the market. Today आपको कहते हैं ना, अगर मेरा वाला एशियन पेंट का स्टार्टेड, मेरा वाला पिंक और मेरा वाला ग्रीन, आप अपने कमरे के हिसाब से, अपने टेस्ट के हिसाब से कलर, फर्नीचर, वॉल क्लॉक, whatever you think you can have today. How is it possible? That is again the aspect of when we are talking about the customization. As per the requirement of people, things are being possible today to be designed, to be created, because of the technology. The next one we are talking about is, these are again, with the help of, when we are talking about the digital aspect, one of the events which have been taken place, this is how, when we have talked about the analytics, right? आप graphical analysis भी कर सकते हो, कहाँ पर कौन सा प्रोग्राम कितना देखा गया, कितने ने लोगों ने देखा, उसमें स्टूडेंट्स कितने थे, प्रोफेशनल्स कितने थे, आपको अलग-अलग तरीके से डाटा मिल सकता है और वो डाटा आप अपने रिसर्च पर्पस के लिए, अपनी कंपनी को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, अपने बिजनेस के लिए, अलग-अलग तरीके के लिए आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. Next, this is also again one of the, the e-commerce overview has been there. Any platform has been taken. How many people have been visiting? How they have been, like अगर हम comparative analysis करना चाहते हैं कि पिछले 2 सालों में उनका performance कैसा रहा है, within fraction of seconds we can know that, we can understand whether they are making the progress or not, whether they are earning profits or not. Next. Now the next, this was again, in order to have the base related to the digital marketing, that what digital marketing has been doing all about, right? What are the different ways which have been there, how they are making our life, more simpler and, if we can say in one term, more happy, right? Another is, now we will be talking about that using all these informations, how for an organization, we can build a digital marketing plan, right? What are the different strategies which can be incorporated? Well, how we can use the different things available in order to have our revenues, more revenues, faster customer touch, better, satisfaction we can provide them. So that we will be discussing over here. Now, first of all, is this very, very important. Like, whenever you have been conducting any research, like आप जब marketing के बारे में भी करते हो और आप marketing process किसी का define करते हो, हम सबसे पहले कहते हैं environmental analysis हमें करनी है, right? We want to know what is the internal environment is all about and what is the external environment all about. We talk about micro and macro aspect. We talk about, again, when we are talking about the macro, we try to study the physical factors, that is the political, economical, social, ecological, technological and legal factors, and we want to know that how it is going to affect to our organization, right? अब यहाँ पर जब हम बात करें तो हम सबसे पहले एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए हम उसका करेंट स्टेटस क्या है, ट्रेंड क्या है, we are going to talk about the situation analysis, conduct a thorough assessment of the organization, current digital marketing efforts, strengths and weaknesses, what we have been using today. Are we there, our presence has been there on Facebook, are we there on Insta, how many people we have been having, right, visiting, what is the footfall, what they are liking the most onto those platforms, what they have been disliking, right, because that will help us to improvise our strategies in future. How much business we have been getting, whether what we are been expecting, we have been able to achieve that or not, what kind of gap we have been facing, why this gap has been there, right? So, identify the target audience and understand their preference, behavior and pain points. Now this is again, very, very important. As I said, the very, very common word I have used was empathy. अगर आप दूसरे को, उसके दृष्टिकोण से समझने की कोशिश करेंगे, आधी बीमारी वहीं खत्म हो जाती है. कहते हैं ना कि अपना दर्द सबसे ज्यादा लगता है, दूसरों का दर्द कुछ नहीं लगता है. लेकिन जब आपको चोट लगती है, आपको लगता है कि हाँ मैं परेशान हूँ, तो सामने वाला भी परेशान हो सकता है. इसीलिए जब हम कहते हैं पेन पॉइंट्स, that if you are going to buy for certain item from a certain site, what is going to make you happy? Is it fast delivery? Is it good quality? Is it, again some kind of reward, payback amount? Is it again some kind of discount scheme? Is it some kind of personalized messages? Is it again you are able to track, that where your product has reached and finally whether it is in one piece or not? What things are going to be making you, what exactly is hitting you? Because हमारा pain point और क्या है? सामान तो हमारे पास आएगा ही, पैसे हमने दिए हैं. आपका एक निवारण बहुत सारी साइट से ये भी क्या हुआ है, हालांकि वो पहले से रिड्यूस हो गया है. पहले क्या होता था, जनरली जब ये कंसेप्ट हमारे पास आया था, we were been having CODs, right? Cash on deliveries. Number of companies have reduced that. Why is it? Because people were making fun out of it. मंगा लेते हैं, देख लेते हैं, अच्छा लगा तो ठीक है, नहीं तो वापस चला जाएगा, हमारी जेब से तो कुछ गया ही नहीं. आप बहुत सारी कंपनी आप जब उन्हें रिवर्सल पॉलिसीज कहते हैं कुछ भी है, पहले आपको होता था कि आपको रिटर्न द प्रोडक्ट इन 7 days. Today they have made it to 30 days. You can again, but barring the code has to be there, barring the product has to be in the similar conditions. You cannot again, but a lot of people, India is famous for jugaad and all these things. A lot of people use it and return it after using it once. But still, companies have been doing. But they are reducing this cash on delivery is because of the trust factors of the consumers. People were not taking it seriously. क्योंकि हमारी फितरत है, जब पैसा चला जाता है तो हम वरीड होते हैं प्रोडक्ट आएगा या नहीं, प्रोडक्ट ठीक आया है नहीं आया है, हमारे पैसे लगे हैं नहीं आया तो तुरंत देखेंगे, वापस करेंगे, तभी हमारा अमाउंट वापस आएगा, राइट। और अगर कोई चिंता ही नहीं है, पैसे दिए ही नहीं है, प्रोडक्ट पड़ा है, 3 दिन में वापस नहीं हुआ, 5 दिन में हो गया, ले जाना है तो ले जाओ, नहीं ले जाना तो कोई बात ही नहीं है, राइट। So that is again not been there. So it is again when we are talking about and it is again जब भी कभी हम किसी भी फील्ड में होते हैं, कहते हैं ना कि अपने दोस्तों को और दुश्मनों को हमें याद लेना चाहिए। It is again being who are there your competitors in the field. What they are, it is not a matter that whether they are small, whether they are big. It is again what they have been doing. What is their strategies? It has always been there. हम उसे कहते हैं बहुत सारे methods में competitive parity method. That you always keep an eye on to what your competitors have been doing. Because if you think you are all aloof in the market today, because no brand is having a monopoly. It is again being there, whether you are a small brand or a big brand, you have to know who are the players, other players in the market and what they have been doing. What extra you can do, out of them. जो वो नहीं कर रहे हैं क्योंकि वही आपका मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजी है। जो सब कर रहे हैं आप भी वही कर रहे हैं, तो आप भीड़ से अलग नहीं हैं। लेकिन वो आपको तभी पता लग पाएगा जब आप अपने कॉम्पिटिटर के बारे में जानेंगे, आप एनालाइज करेंगे that what kind of different strategies, whether in terms of pricing, whether in terms of promotion, whether in terms of introduction, whether in terms of understanding the consumer preferences, how fast they are and what they have been doing. It is very, very difficult to understand and deliver our customers on time. Next important aspect is once you are able to have the idea what is the situation today, where are you standing, आपकी करंट स्थिति क्या है, राइट, आप कहाँ पर हैं, मार्केट में आपकी कौन सी पोजीशन है, कौन कौन आपके कॉम्पिटिटर्स हैं, किनको आपको बीट करना है, राइट। For that again you have to define objectives, because until and unless you define objectives, you don't know what to achieve, right? So again, when you set specific and measurable digital marketing objectives aligned with the overall business goals. Like for example is, if you are in there, you want to increase the website traffic by 30% within 6 months. It is not going to be like that. What you have to do, you have to boost online sales by 20% in the next quarters, or grow the email subscriber list by 50% within a year. So this will again help you in order to increase your customer base. The next important thing is buyer persona development, right? So buyer persona development is that you understand what your buyer is all about. Moving on to the next is, it is again personalized marketing messages and campaigns to resonate with each persona's needs and preferences. As I said, I've had experience. I had from Wow, I purchased one of the shampoo, and it was again an offer which was been there, buy one get one free. Go. I got that, and then I suddenly forgot about, and maybe literally more than 6 months I haven't visited Wow, and then suddenly I started receiving messages on my WhatsApp and on my mail that Wow has been missing me badly, because I am not been subscribing, not been ordering anything for last 6 months. Is everything okay? That kind of concern is the personalization which the company is being showing, right? The next is what kind of key digital marketing channels you are going to select. Either you are going to only thrust onto the social media platforms or not to the SEOs, or you would be having the SEMs. Next is again the content strategy. You have to develop a content strategy, that what is your main points which are going to be emphasized, you are going to deliver to your consumers so that they are being attracted, they feel aligned with it, and they are having liking towards it. Next is social media engagement. It is again, बहुत सारे लोग कोविड के बाद में बहुत सारे लोगों के जहन में आया YouTube चैनल बनाते हैं, अपना YouTube अपलोड करते हैं. It is very simple. करना क्या होता है, 5 मिनट का वीडियो बनाओ, बात कह दो, अच्छा लगेगा तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, नहीं लगेगा तो नहीं बनाएंगे अगला. आपका पहला वीडियो लकीली और अनलकीली हिट हो गया और उसके बाद आप भूल गए, आप बिजी हो गए अपनी नॉर्मल लाइफ में और 4 महीने तक आपका वीडियो कोई नहीं आया मार्केट में. Are you thinking or people are going to wait for you? No, they are not. Right. It is again regularity of time, regularity of interval is very, very important. If you are promising something to your customers, you have to stand by. If you are giving them video and you have been mentioning that every fortnight you are going to have a new content available, you have to make sure that that has been there available to the customers. Next. Now respond promptly and again. हम लोग बोलते हैं कि सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स इंटरैक्टिव हैं. हमको कोई चीज पसंद आती है, we say price please, or ping me on, and you have seen a lot of people say that if you want further information, share your WhatsApp number, and we are going to, DM you onto your number itself, and whatever information you are looking for, we could be able to deliver that. It is again been there because आप जब भी कभी इस तरह के प्लेटफॉर्म्स यूज करते हैं और अगर आप अपने कस्टमर्स के कमेंट्स को या उनके फीडबैक को अंडरस्टैंड कर उसको रिवर्ट नहीं करते हैं, again it is going to lose its purpose, right? So it is very, very important. Then again when we are talking about as we have already discussed, email marketing का इस्तेमाल आप कर सकते हैं, आप मेल्स भेज सकते हैं लोगों को, क्योंकि मेल्स एक ऐसा जरिया है जो लोगों को डिस्टर्ब नहीं करेगा और आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कंटेंट अपना शेयर कर सकते हैं, अपने नए प्रोडक्ट्स के बारे में बता सकते हैं, कैटलॉग्स इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं, उनके साथ में न्यूज़लेटर शेयर कर सकते हैं, आप अपनी कंपनी की प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट बता सकते हैं. So that basic purpose आपका क्या?
Right, those artists which have created their design on the paper, but now they are making these designs for them, for these companies, for these online platforms, and these artists and from the community, they give their design and the companies now use these design for the printed t-shirts and other products. Now idea storm, right? So all these are the examples, some examples of crowdsourcing. Now with the only 3 examples, I am sure you will get the clear idea about the crowdsourcing. The first one is, the question is Shark Tank show an example of crowdsourcing? Abhi recently I have talked about the crowdfunding. अब शार्क टैंक के बारे में सबने सुना, इवन बच्चे ने सुना है, टीवी शो है शार्क टैंक. इवन जो लोग फाइनेंस से रिलेटेड नहीं है, बिजनेस से रिलेटेड नहीं है, स्कूल गोइंग चिल्ड्रन इन अ लोअर स्टैंडर्ड, they even now have a knowledge about the equities, because in Shark Tank, Sharks has explained the terms of equity and funding in a very simple way. Even school going children are aware about the equity. What is equity, right? So is the Shark Tank show is an example of crowdsourcing, because I have explained you one of the type of crowdsourcing is the crowdfunding. So whether it is yes or no, it is no. Someone is saying yes, someone is saying no. Let's see the answer. And first of all, you must have those 5 points which I have shown you in the first slide, right? Now see, no, Shark Tank is not an example of the crowdsourcing. Why? Because I have shared you the 5 points. Let us check all these 5 points are applied here or not. So Shark Tank is not an example of crowdsourcing. Shark Tank is a television show where the entrepreneur pitch their business ideas and products to a panel of wealthy investors known as the sharks. Now, who are these sharks? These sharks are some limited person, entrepreneurs who have a funding opportunity. So here the idea of plan is going on क्योंकि they have a plan, जिनके पास business idea अपना plan लेके आ रहे हैं, they pitch. But whether it is an online platform where anyone can pitch their ideas, no. So there are limited person, or that is the structure of the show, where some individual sharks, investors are sitting there, either 4 or 5%, and they are listening the idea, they are getting the idea, and if they got interest, then they will invest in that on their terms. So it is the format of the show. In the hope of securing investment, they exchange their equity in their company to the sharks, and sharks will give them money. So while Shark Tank involves a form of collective decision making होती है यहाँ पर, क्योंकि जो 4 या 5 शार्क बैठे हैं वो बैठ के आपस में डिस्कस करते हैं, और कई बार एक ही पर्सन पैसा लगा देता है, कई बार 2 शार्क मिला के पैसा लगा देते हैं, but that is only limited to 3 or 4 persons only, right? So it is a reality TV entertainment show, it is not a crowdsourcing, right? Now the next one is, the next question is, does Netflix use crowdsourcing? क्या Netflix crowdsourcing use करता है? Yes or no? Everyone saying is yes. The answer is yes. At presently नहीं, but in the beginning, when Netflix started, so Netflix has used crowdsourcing in the past, but at present वो इस level पे पहुंच गया है कि it doesn't need crowdsourcing. उसको अब crowdsourcing की जरूरत नहीं है. But starting कहाँ से की? Netflix has used crowdsourcing in the past, but it is essential to note that their specific practices and strategy may have evolved since then. वहीं से start हुई. अभी आप Netflix पे जाते हो, कोई भी show देखते हो, कोई भी, तो वो जो show आप या episode देख रहे हो उसका, या season देख रहे हो, कोई भी series देख रहे हो, तो सीरीज के नीचे टैग्स आते हैं. वो टैग्स किसने किए हैं? जनरल पब्लिक में से लोगों ने उनको टैग किया है, बिकॉज दे हैव इनवाइटेड इन 2006 नेटफ्लिक्स हैज स्टार्टेड अ क्राउड सोर्सिंग कंपटीशन, एंड इन दैट कंपटीशन इट रिकमेंडेशंस बाय द पीपल, एंड इवन दे ऑफर्ड द कैश प्राइज फॉर दैट. फ्रॉम देयर दे हैव जनरेटेड such kind of tags, and अब आप जब उस सीरीज को देखते हो तो आपको पता चलता है कि मतलब एक समरी मिल जाती है उसको पढ़ते हैं कि इस सीजन में बेसिकली या इस सीरीज में है क्या. तो वो नेटफ्लिक्स ने नहीं डाला, ना ही उसके पास इतना टाइम है, बल्कि ऑल दीज आर द व्यूअर्स जिन्होंने उसको देखा सीरीज ने, इंटरेस्ट रेटिंग क्रिएट होती है वहां से, राइट? तो सब कहां से आया? दैट वाज अ पार्ट ऑफ क्राउड सोर्सिंग, एंड क्राउड सोर्सिंग हैव डन बाय द जनरल पब्लिक, राइट, एट द लार्ज प्लेस. Now the last and third example of crowdsourcing, और इससे शायद बहुत अच्छे से क्लियर हो जाएगा कि जैसे मैंने बोला Shark Tank is not an example of the crowdsourcing, but this one is going to be the example of crowdsourcing, crowdfunding. And this thing was also mentioned by Dr. Anjali in her session. As we see so many posts on Facebook for financial help for any child's medical treatment, right? Now the question is it crowdsourcing? Is it crowdfunding? The answer is yes. The post you see on the Facebook or other social media platforms seeking financial help for a child's medical treatment can be understood as a crowdsourcing. अब ये crowdsourcing कैसे है? तो अगेन वही 5 पॉइंट्स जो मैंने बताए, बहुत छोटा सा कंसेप्ट है क्राउड सोर्सिंग, लेकिन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट है इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द डिजिटल मार्केटिंग, इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द डिजिटल वर्ल्ड, देन क्राउड सोर्सिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट concept. So for that only 5 concepts in first slide which I have already mentioned, and now we are analyzing these 5 points on such kind of post you see on the Facebook. So how it works? It apply to all these 5 criteria. First one is open call. The post, such kind of post for financial help of a poor child's medical treatment. The posts are typically an open call to the friends, family, wider social media even. आप जानते हो जो लोग जानते भी नहीं है उनको इवन हम वो भी उसमें हेल्प कर सकते हैं, तो इट इज एन ओपन कॉल. Mass participation. Many people are encouraged to participate by sharing the post, donating, spreading the word to others. है ना? और लोग हेल्प भी करते हैं, कुछ लोग हेल्प नहीं भी करते हैं तो आमीन लिख के छोड़ देते हैं, है ना? और they pray for the fast recovery for that child. So these kind of mass participation is there. Diverse input, contribution may come from the diverse group of people. Even उसमें कुछ negative comments भी आते हैं. Some are saying fake है ये, पैसे लूट रहे हैं. So there are diverse inputs. Contribution may come from the diverse group of people. अलग-अलग लोग people उसमें पैसा दे रहे हैं, donate कर रहे हैं. Problem solving. The problem is if it is genuine, then the problem for the medical treatment of that child, and if we collect an example given by Dr. Anjali for the 1 crore rupees, so if they have collected, then their problem has been solved. Online platform, and सबसे important चीज जब हम crowd sourcing की बात कर रहे हैं, it is online platform, and Facebook is an example of online. Social media की जब हम बात करते हैं, किसी से बात करें कि what is social media, तो सबसे पहला ही नाम सबकी जबान से निकलता है Facebook. Right? What is social media? Facebook. Everyone is aware about that. The social media platform like Facebook provide an online service space where the crowdfunding appeals can be quickly done. So all these things and simple 5 points which I have explained here are going to be the part of crowdsourcing. Thank you.
Is this even a source of crowdsourcing in this sector?
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening session. I'm sure participants have learned a lot today. So we will be going for the lunch break, and at 1:30 we will be resuming for the third session of the day. Thank you.
And this is what he's publishing online. He's done again written another book called Do Epic Shit Again. Right? What he's done is, if you go and follow him, and you should, so he gives you a lot of financial insights of how you can repay your home loan in 10 years versus in 25 years and save a lot of money. These are relatable topics, but why are people following him is the point of context. Can you move this slide? You know this guy became very famous in Shark Tank 1. Right? This one word has made him reach each and every household. He is a part of all the memes today. He's a part of a lot of content. He's been to roadies. He's been to the television series now. His name is Anjali. He started working in Karol Bagh, asking people to open demat accounts and current account and saving accounts to people who own jewelry stores in Karol Bagh. Today we know him. And why we know him is because of this term, Doglapar. But there are many more who have not really made to television yet. But look at the people. Mishka Rana, she's 21 years old. 32,000 followers, 121,000 followers on LinkedIn. Shweta Kokreja, 80,000 followers on Twitter, 78,000 on Twitter. And I'm basically telling you stories about these people because I know them personally. I've met them, I'm part of their communities online. Right, look at Jerry Jones, he is the biggest person running expert right now in the country. Mehul Khanawala, he's 39, but what he's done is he started his own company purely on memes. His company's name is called the Clueless Company. He only makes memes online, and he's made his fortune at the age of 39. What basically matters is, next slide please. What did they do to make a difference in their life? How are they trending? How are they becoming influencers? How they become celebrities is, move the next slide, personalization. Content will be made by AI these days. But what makes you special and acceptable by people is how you personalize that content. What is your USP? What are you doing to make it accepted by everyone or maybe people in your pool? For example, today if you are a marketing lecturer, how do you position yourself that people look at you and accept your content versus something which is written in a textbook for the last 30 years? Or everybody's written, everybody's studied. But what is changing is, I don't want to study modern trade anymore. That's available online, I can read and write. How somebody creates a difference is how personalized you can make that same content and make it understandable for people, for masses. So I'm going to cover to say that from students to influencers, the impact of personal branding in modern workplace. How can one student, how can be a lecturer, how can anybody in an organization or somebody who's in graduation, post-graduation, do something which helps him get more jobs, get attracted or attention by a lot of employers. That's what I'm going to teach today in the next 30-40 minutes. So, to start with, I will say that you basically stand as your own brand. You are the brand. So instead of we teaching kids today that you need to market a product, we need to teach kids how to market your own self. And the simplest example is Tinder. I'm sorry I'm using these examples, but this is what the kids know these days. Tinder is the best example of how to market your own self. And so is other apps, for example LinkedIn, Twitter. You create your own niche, you create your own brand, and you talk about yourself and put your narrative forward. This is what it is which is mattering today. And I'll have certain facts to share with you. So move to the next slide. You come to the very first question is what is personal brand? ये है क्या? समझ तो आ गया कि कुछ तो लोग कर रहे हैं, personalize कर रहे हैं content को, but ये personal brand है क्या? So personal brand is basically when you are not in a room and people talk about you around a specific mark or a specific product or a specific content, and then they refer you when you are not in the room also. It's called personal branding. जिसको कहते हैं कि ये अपना नाम कर रहे हैं, अब वो नाम आज करना पड़ रहा है, मरने के बाद आपका नाम नहीं है, जो आज आप कर रहे हो वो नाम है. So this is personal branding. So personal branding is basically a process of creating and managing your public image. And this can vary from platforms to platforms. On one platform you are something, at home you might be a mother of two. Or maybe you can run a parallel YouTube channel where you make recipes and you can become a home chef. At workplace you might be a lecturer. You're carrying different public images for different set of audiences and creating a personal image for yourself. This is called personal brand. It's about defining what you do, what you are, who you are, and what you have to offer to the world. Your personal brand is also what people think of you when you're not in that room or when you're not in that space. For example, if today I'm talking about this, once I leave the room, once I leave this session, maybe after a couple of days, if kids ask, if you guys talk to each other and say, यार कुछ तो अच्छा था उसके बाद कि हम अपना personal brand कैसे बना सकते हैं, you might refer my name or you might refer people name जिनको मैंने अभी highlight किया. So this is what personal branding is. All these people you've seen in what I've shown have created their own personal brand around a specific thing. Do a picture is something which Bharat was being known about. Doglapan is what Kashmir is known about. And all the people I show you, all these are people who have created their own personal brand around their niche and have made a huge community around themselves, which people you call followers. In modern workplaces today, personal branding has become a fundamental. Even for your college today, people who represent, for example, lecturers, teachers, somebody who's a career counselor, they all are a part of the brand GIBS. And each one of you carry a personal individuality which you need to carry forward and still represent the brand. So for example, today I interact with Shipra, the kind of imagery she will carry in her actions, in her communications towards me, I'll carry the same imagery of your college, of your institute in my mind. That because she represents something, I'll take forward that representation of the entire college. If she basically stands up and delivers something which I respect, I will have the same amount of respect or maybe amplify that respect for the institution. This is the power of personal branding. So today you see a lot of CEOs, a lot of CEOs, CMOs, the top people, top CXO levels interacting with the end consumers to make that personal branding strong, not for their own self, but for the organization they represent. So this is what personal branding will do to you. For kids, for students, personal branding can be used to attract hiring managers, but also can give nab your age. This is the word. So we look at some facts which is very relevant for students. 95% of the businesses use social media in their recruitment process these days. LinkedIn, Naukri.com, GitHub, along with all the platforms where you can build your personal profile, the employees are actually out there and screening you from there. Even for the lecturers, if you do really well, like for example, the Khan Academy, he just used to teach, but the way you used to teach is made him 700 crores of fortune. 77% of these employers use platforms like Google, LinkedIn and Twitter to screen their candidates. So if students are active here and are making a positive impact, their chances of getting hired in big shot companies are much higher than people who are not active. And 56% of the employees are less likely to interview a candidate whom they can't find online. Out of these 56%, 37% of employees admitted that they eliminated a candidate even after the interviews because of the social profile. So for example, if somebody is posting nonsense, companies will not hire them. So that's how relevant it is. So who is stopping you today? Who is stopping you as a student? Who is stopping you as a lecturer to stand up and deliver something which is too personalized and too acceptable for your community and make a brand out of yourself? So what is personal branding? We've discussed what is personal brand, but what is personal branding? ये एक art है, और इस art को master करना बहुत आसान है. So the personal branding is basically the process of developing and establishing your own mark that is curated and created around your name. एक envelope है ये, एक दुनिया है जो आप अपने आसपास बना लेते हैं. चाहे आपके टीम हो, प्रोफेसर हो, डायरेक्टर हो, उनके अराउंड एक ऑरा जो बनता है is the personal brand he carries with himself. तो पहले उसको शायद डर का माहौल बनाते थे, डायरेक्टर्स आ रहे हैं, माहौल में ऐसा रहेंगे, लेकिन this is how it is. I passed out of AIBS Anjali International School in 2007, and when I got to the admission, the aura around the director then, Mr. Govinder Singh, was that he is too disciplined, and you can't talk in front of him, and you really can't be casual in front of him. And soon when we joined the program and started interacting with him, the whole imagery changed. So the first impression is important, and this is how you basically start establishing your brand with the convenience and comfort you basically welcome somebody with. Regardless of your career stage, someone is searching you online. Right? Today, for example, if I had to come to this session, I searched what Shipra is doing. I tried and looked at what GIBS has been posting on LinkedIn, and there's nothing. Of course, you posted something on Instagram because that's more relatable to students these days. But LinkedIn is of course important, but I couldn't really find it. So this is what happens. I'm searching for something or someone as a mutual connect where I can basically personify and check what aura that particular institute is carrying forward. Because you are a community, I'm an external force. If I'm trying to get into a community, either I will have to match your persona or you will have to come with open arms to accept my persona within your community. So remember, personal branding is not necessarily about the number of followers or likes you get. It's all about the engagement. It's all about the aura you create around your own self. One, as an individual. Second, as an individual who represents a brand. Next, please. So there are three elements of personal branding. One is uniqueness. Why I say uniqueness is because each and every individual, whether they are students, whether they are lecturers, whether they are directors, they are all individuals, they are all unique in their own way, and that's how God has created us. We are all unique, and that uniqueness is something which differs us from somebody else. There could be two lecturers who might be teaching the same subject, but their individuality, their way of how they conduct classes, the way how they talk to students is much different. And thus, the likability of the pool of students also matter, and be different towards one teacher to another. So, uniqueness basically covers the foundation of your personal brand. Second is adding value. What value addition are you doing today in the community you live, so that they start accepting you as one brand? Are you teaching them something? So personal branding is a journey, it's not a destination. Remember, your life events will keep happening till the time you are alive. every day we're learning something. Today I'm learning a lot from you guys. That how today a lecturer holds a session. How today speakers from outside are being invited. I remember during my time, the speakers used to come who were 60 years old, who spent their entire lifetime in their corporate culture and corporate career, and then now they move towards teaching students. I'm 35, I'm 36, sorry. I'm 36, and I've already done some 20 odd lectures in the last 1 year with Sim Voices, with IM and all that. And I'm not really going out and teaching the same thing which is there in the textbook of it. You guys lecturers are teaching them. I'm showing them a mirror which they're going to face the moment they step out of their systems. So, your shoes are dirty because your feet enter the room first and you enter it. मुझे पता shoes से judge करो. But today online space में how do you judge? So before you start creating your personal brand, there are certain questions you need to ask yourself. One is what makes you unique. आपके अंदर ऐसा क्या है जो शायद किसी और में नहीं है? Talent, hobby. You might be a good guitarist. You play nice guitar, and you can create your whole personal branding around guitar. You can play good notes, you can sing, you can do nice sessions, you can do online jamming sessions free of cost. You don't really not investing in any hardware. एक आपको YouTube का channel चाहिए या Facebook चाहिए या Instagram चाहिए आपको sessions करते हैं. Then you can actually build a good community around it. Second question to ask is what are you offering? What are you offering which is a value addition to somebody's life? If I have a bad mood and I drive back home in the night 9-10 o'clock, I will try and listen to soothing music. If there is somebody who can supply me that content at that time, I become loyal to that person because I know he has a good taste. Similarly, when you start building up your personal brand, you need to have a very clear vision of मुझे इस aura के around मुझे अपना personal brand बनाना. And it could be regarding the subjects also as lecturers. अगर आप marketing teach करते हो, तो मैं आपको पता है आपके बहुत अच्छे आइडियाज हैं जो आप really want to teach things. क्या आप उनके लिए हफ्ते में एक या दो ऐसे सेशन कर सकते हो जहाँ पर आप उनको वो अपने हिसाब से बताओ rather than leaving the books aside? That people will start respecting you more in some time. And then you need to think that what are you going to achieve out of creating a personal brand for yourself? आप कहाँ जाना चाहते हो? Where do you want to reach? As students also, if you think that you're good in tech, if you're good in reviews, if you're good in financial management, if you create a personal brand around financial management, where do you want to go? How do you differentiate your own self from almost 1 million more such students? ऐसा आपके अंदर uniqueness क्या है? और अगर आप उसको एक्सप्लोर करके उसको मार्केट कर सकते हो, then you start creating the niche and aura around yourself. Simple है, वो same marketing principles, but now against a product, against a tool, against a brand, you are basically putting yourself first as a brand. This is another thing. This is how you're impacting. Can you put it on full screen? This double arrow.
F5 cinema.
Move to slide number 30.
ये एरो
something which I think we should all accept and acknowledge is that हमारा खुद का जो brand है, अगर हम एक brand है तो हम अपने job title से नहीं define होते. In my company I might be an AVP, but an account manager is equally acceptable and open to come to me, or I am more than acceptable to go to any level and talk to anybody. Your titles don't define your personal brand at all now. How open you are, how humble you are, what are your actions, how you speak, how you address somebody, talks about you as an individual. And this is an era of being open and transparent and humble. ये करोगे, people will love you like anything. If you want to live in that aura कि भाई मैं चाणक्य हूँ और मैं दिल में सब कुछ हूँ, people will not accept you. Make sure to take advantage of social media features like stories and Insta Reels and all that to develop that content and make your niche around it. Very important as students also, as a lecturer also, as anybody, as an individual in life also. If I put it across, दो चीज़ होती है लाइफ में जो हम बोलते हैं सूरत और सीरत. सूरत आजकल सबकी ठीक है. Somebody on social media everybody uses filters. This is and we are on slide number 30. Perfect. Thank you, sir. So, what are you doing to build an impact in somebody's life? And I think as lecturers, you are at the most significant role because you are shaping futures for many others. I remember my marketing lecturer used to be very open and she never used to take sessions in classrooms. She used to take us out in the fields. And this is something which was not in the curriculum. She used to talk to companies and take us there in their conference room and bring the marketing guys and tell us how they actually market products. And I think we learned a lot from that. And this was not in the curriculum. Curriculum was the classroom में projector on करो, slides से लाके presentation दे दो, and this is how we used to. Normally kids still are learning, but हमारा industry exposure था, and that was not because of how the university wanted to shape it up. This is because how our lecturer wanted to shape it up for the kids, and this is about it helped. So she added a lot of value in our life, and this is what we learned. So and this is what I'm saying, that she had a huge impact on us. And that's why I remember her, because this is what she did. अगर एक नॉर्मल होता मुझे स्कूल की शायद आधी टीचर याद नहीं होगी, because they didn't make any impact in my life. But हाँ कुछ थी जिन्होंने कुछ ऐसा किया जिससे मुझे learning मिली, and I still remember. When you do this, you move to the most important thing in life is trust. Relationships. स्टूडेंट चाहे वो हस्बैंड वाइफ हो, बॉयफ्रेंड गर्लफ्रेंड हो, स्टूडेंट लेक्चरर हो, टीचर हो, प्रिंसिपल हो, एम्प्लॉयर एम्प्लॉई हो, जब तक दो पार्टीज के बीच में ट्रस्ट नहीं होगा, they will never be comfortable and loyal to each other. Very relevant, important thing, and which has stayed forever. That trust needs to be there. And building trust in social media marketing is the most crucial thing. How do you convince people who are consuming your content कि मैं ठीक बोलूँ? उसके लिए आपके facts ठीक होने चाहिए, आप authentic होने चाहिए. You can't fake it up anymore. People are very smart these days. You throw them a fact, they will research about it on Google and come back and say you are wrong. So आप गलत facts present नहीं कर सकते. So if you are authentic, you put across good facts, nice facts, presented in a form which is understandable by masses. People start liking. When this is basically what forms a strong connection between you and your audience. Similarly, जैसे brands को अगर हम sure मान लो every brands को जब आप किसी brand को किसी product को market करते हो, वो consumer आपको trust करेगा तभी purchase initiate होगा, वरना purchase initiate नहीं होगा. So this is what you mentioned. The whole game revolves around storytelling. We are human. हम पैदा होने से कहानियाँ सुनते आ रहे हैं और we are always story hungry. We love listening to stories. And if it's evening time, winters, you lit up a bonfire, sit across it, and then you see how beautifully conversations are brought up by individuals. You need to carry your own narrative in forms of stories with your audience, whether you're a student or a lecturer. Case studies are stories which you will be teaching the students. All these stories have learnings, and these stories never end. What you have to do is take your life learnings, pick up these events from your life convert them into stories and tell your audience, tell your students, tell your companies, tell your online pool of people you can engage with that this is my story. And slowly and slowly when people start reading your story, accepting your content, people start trusting you and valuing you more in life. This is what everybody has done. Ashley wrote a book. Ambur Valibu wrote a book. All the C's, the new age CEOs you see who have made a startup, even if they're failed, even if they sold it off, they have a story and they've basically converted it into a book as a case study for people to. Of course, they have their monetary gains, they earn royalties out of it, but then they're putting their narrative and their story forward. Right. Now, I'm sure you'll ask why am I known for what am I known for on Twitter? Because I've kept my professional side and my personal side or fun side very different on social media. So I'm selective of choosing how I represent myself on one medium versus another. For me, I lead on two platforms. One is LinkedIn and one is Twitter. Twitter is my fun side. LinkedIn is my completely professional side. Of course, I do put up fun stories also there, fun facts also there. Twitter is something which I really love because it's very dynamic in nature. Every 15 seconds you have something which is trending, which is becoming moment, and the whole content piece around Twitter, irrespective of whatever individuals are talking about, goes around that particular topic. Morning 4 o'clock, there's something trending on Twitter, which was Jaipur earthquake at 4:11, and you had 20 million content pieces being thrown around in that 2 minute time span. 20 million. Imagine 2 crore content pieces are itna fast hai. Because content will क्या? You know what genre you talk about, make memes, make videos, reuse memes. So what am I known for? I'm known for this. I'm sorry, alcohol consumption is pathetic, we should not get into it. But what I did, I created my personal branding around this name Old Monk. So if you go on Twitter, search Old Monk, I'll be the first 1 or 2 person in there. Why? And I never brand and went on Twitter. But I just accepted that I love this name and created a personal brand around this branding. I don't own this brand, neither that I represent this brand officially. Right? But I created my aura around this brand that whenever somebody talks about Old Monk, the very first name they recollect is Mayank. What I did, next slide please. I started terming myself as an old monk guy. I'm an old monk guy. जब भी कोई ऑडियो सेशंस हो रहे हैं, ट्विटर स्पेसेस हो रही है, कहीं पे एंगेजमेंट हो रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है, I always used to tell stories about how in college time I had no money, and when you don't have money, this is the savior. उस टाइम 300 की बॉटल आती थी, and this is what we could consume in chilli winters in Noida. So I used to tell stories. So attributing my fun side, my chill and non-serious persona around this thing, because it basically is an easier icebreaker. Because everybody consumes these days, no one talks about that. So what I did, I started talking about relationships, funny sides, ice-breaking sessions, and drunk stories on Twitter. Audio spaces. Lockdown में यही किया सिर्फ. And my wife was mad at me. कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? I used to do this. So in 1 year, from zero, I built a community of, I have around almost 6,000 followers on Twitter now, in 1 year, and I'm very slow at it. But this is what I did. I started terming myself and creating an aura around this branding. So that whenever people think of this brand, and it's a very common branding. I'm sure the men do, I'm sure women also do now. Right? So what I did, started building a community around this. All the people who have ever won, उसके बाद ये help करें, personal branding. Move. So this is how you distribute. Once you've identified what you want to do as a personal brand, it can change also, it can vary also with time and you learn more. Start following like-minded people and engage with their content. Don't be angry, don't be jealous. उसके पास तो 1 million follower है, मेरे पास तो 1 है, मैं भी बात करूँ उससे. Follow like-minded people and engage with their content. उनसे बात करो, उनके comments पे जाके उनके content पे comment करो. और comment is not well indeed great article. Doesn't work anymore. Congratulations for your job. Nah. Put across facts. Put across lot of things. और क्या कर रहे हैं हम कर रहे हैं we are doing value addition. वो आपके कमेंट पे, आपके फीडबैक पे रिस्पॉन्ड कब करेंगे जब उन्हें वैल्यू लगेगा कि हाँ आपने कुछ ऐसा डाला जो उन्हें नहीं पता था, which they didn't know of. For example, I was sitting downstairs and somebody spoke about a 3:30 AM show of a movie in Lower Parel in Mumbai and said, I'm shocked to see how can a Hollywood film have a 3:30 AM morning show. I said, for you this is normal. But for people who have come from South, this is a regular phenomenon. Every big film has a 3 o'clock morning show. And this is celebrated with 1 hour of dance in front of cinema theatre. And this is normal. And the moment you send something which is unknown to them, or is like an eye-opener or a fact which they don't know, you did a value addition to your life and they respond immediately. So when you start sending emails to find a job, follow those people and respond to their content so that they value you as an individual and your chance of getting a job with that company is higher. Immediate result नहीं है कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन 5 महीने बाद आएगा. Create a synonym to your identity. Use it as your personal identity or a call to action for future. If you remember, I showed you a picture of Jerry Jones, one of the best guys to learn personal branding from on Twitter. Understand, he has created his aura around pizza. Nowhere there is a context of a pizza and a guy who excels in personal branding, but anywhere you see, if you write pizza, you will see his tweets. He does pizza giveaways. He does pizza meetups. And Domino's has hired him for next 3 years of annual contract and paid him that any meetup you do is going to be at Domino's. Monetizing your niche. Collaborate and co-create with fellow students. Host live sessions and offline meetups. बहुत ज़रूरी है. For example, in the morning there's a tech reviewer called Technical Guruji, and there's a lady who's got a lot of fame in the last 2 years. She reviews cars. A tech blogger and a car automobile reviewer today did a collaborative content to basically review Kia's next model, Kia Seltos 2.0. And why they're doing it? Because there's a lot of tech inside the car, so they're doing tech plus auto, but they're collaborating and creating one common content which gets exposed to 2 different audience sets. So the grey area between them will increase because they will have mutual admirations. People will start following both of them, irrespective of their own communities. So important is to collaborate and co-create. And this is relevant in each and every form. Today, 2 lecturers can do your joint sessions. Who stops you? If you can create something which is more exciting for kids. Track the progress in views and engagement. Don't track your likes and retweets and shares. The moment engagement increases on your content, start believing that your personal brand is starting to grow. And now follow back. Create again. And this never stops. Create, engage. For example, the moment you see this picture, what do you know? 2 October क्या हुआ था? Kids don't know Gandhi Jayanti anymore. They know 2 October को ये लोग आश्रम गए थे, बाबा जी का सुने और 3 October को वापस आए थे. The best example of learning how a narrative is sold to people is this. That you tell your story so many times that people will start believing it. यही है. महाभारत का सच भी यही है कि श्री कृष्ण ने जब अर्जुन को जो स्टोरी सुनाई, जो लेसन सुनाए थे, वही उनका सच बना था. Narratives. So remember, your story is built by some of your experiences, good or bad. It's okay. But those are your lessons, and learnings out of those lessons can be your story. And people are story hungry. सबको स्टोरी सुननी है. बचपन से हम ये तो करें. From little Red Riding Hood to person management की case studies, हम स्टोरी तो सुन रहे हैं सबको. People are keen to learn about your personal experiences because I don't know you. Like for example, मैं इनसे पूछा था आप क्या पढ़ाते हैं, आप कब से पढ़ा रहे हैं, क्योंकि मुझे जानना है. I have an intrigue of knowing people. I think और सबको है, वो 96% लोगों को intrigue होता है दूसरी कहानी सुनने में. सब gossip करना चाहते हैं. This is a fact. सबको अच्छा लगता है, accept करे ना करे. But learning about new things, learning about somebody else's story is a hard-hitting fact that we all love it. And don't shy in sharing your why. मैं क्यों कर रहा हूँ ये? मेरी जिंदगी का why क्या है? What is my why? If I can convert that narrative into a storytelling format and become an expert, you basically world will start accepting your story and build the same narrative around you जो आप उन्हें बता रहे हो. तो सब लोग believe करेंगे कि 2 अक्टूबर को सब लोग भाषण दे रहे हैं. This is what we all stand for. I am the brand. मैं खुद एक brand हूँ. हम पहले जब हम कंपनीज में जाते थे तो हम कहते हैं मार्केटिंग हेड है. अब मार्केटिंग हेड नहीं है. Even an intern writes building this by company. That's how they put the narrative forward. that I am building a brand. तो जिस कंपनी में जो जाते हैं वो internal leveraging and building Flipkart, because they're also a part of that brick in the wall. उनके बिना the wall won't stand. So everybody is trying to build companies, build startups, build organizations. और सब उसका एक part है. Is that how relevant you make yourself? आप नींव बनना चाहते हो, सबसे ऊपर नींव बनना चाहते हो, वो आपकी मर्जी है. But अगर आप नींव बन जाओगे, if you become a foundation by creating your personal brand, that's going to make more impact in anybody's life, and yours of course as well. So if somebody wants to follow me, my fun site, they can scan this QR code. If somebody wants to follow my professional version, this is my, I think, short, crisp, informal session, and I'll be open to questions.
I think you've given me a very good idea in terms of liquor brands, because advertising is not permitted for liquor. So we could, there's plenty of scope for using liquor brands for promotion.
I did that. I'll tell you, with Bacardi I did that. We basically had open air theatres around 21 locations in India, where people used to drive their cars, sit there, watch a movie, and the audio used to get streamed in the FM frequencies. Now a liquor brand wanted to advertise because they want to talk to everyone. And they couldn't advertise because there's a sensor certification, they need a surrogate brand, and now the government has basically stopped
surrogate
that you can't even promote surrogates. So I told them that I will get the right set of audience for you, and I will basically convert my drive-ins into pool parties. So instead of cars coming in, I installed big plastic wale swimming pools in my open air theatres. शाम को गुड़गांव में है वॉल्फ एक्सटेंशन पे. People used to come in their swimming trunks or t-shirt shorts, have fun in the pool while watching the content, getting streamed on our headphones, watching movie, and the whole alcohol was supplied by the alcohol manufacturer of the brand free of cost for those 3 hours. Brand building, sampling, getting to reach the right PG, all was done, and I earned my revenue out of it. And there are plenty like they do that. So they do a lot of trade marketing, they do a lot of lawyers, meetups, doctors meetups, where they know the consumption is higher.
There's this YouTuber, he uses the name Speak and Lisa. He does that.
Avenues. The moment you reach a level, you open up avenues, and it starts at just 5,000 followers. Engagement needs to go high.
I think just like that is MBA Chaiwala and the Sultawar started.
MBA Chaiwala, Praful Bilori. Same personal brand बनाया उसने 500 crores का revenue बना गया. Of course he's into losses and now a lot of legal suits, but he made a brand out of himself.
I have a question. We were talking of these platforms. So how much is too much and how much is enough? For example, I would like to say this. आपने अपना LinkedIn serious रखा है आपने अपना.
Hopefully, like from the morning, we were very worried how the session would be going, and we had both the sessions. And thank you, Mayank sir. It was try to share the stories and try to have create an impression of the students, and let us see how would be the impact. So again, it was very informative and on the lighter side, fun side was being there. And we also have, because I don't know about the other people, but I was only having one, login on all the social media platforms. But I would also think to have the another side, maybe that can be the fun side, probability.